Hey, what's going on, guys? Today I wanted to make a video on SIM card adapters. If you're like me and you have multiple smartphones that you use, I got the 900, the Note 2, the 920, and then I'm recording with my iPhone 5. So all these three phones use the same SIM card now, which is good. More and more manufacturers are transitioning to the micro SIM. But obviously with Apple, everything is their way. So they use a Nano SIM. So if I wanted to just use a different phone for a day or for a week or whatever period of time you want to use your phone, you'd have to go into the store and buy a new SIM card. Not buy because they're free, but you have to go in the store, request a new SIM card, and then have them program it to your phone number. So if you don't want to go through all that trouble, what you can do is you can pick up one of these tray adapters, and they will convert whatever SIM card you have into a bigger size. So that's a great option to have if you're someone that tends to hop from phone to phone to phone. And I bought a kit. It was like $2. Comes with three. The first one is a nano to micro, and that's exactly what I need. Then there's a nano to regular, and then a micro to regular. So those are the three that you can buy. I really only needed the first one. The other two are if you use like an older phone, like a flip phone, or an older smartphone that still uses the regular SIM. So it's pretty easy to use and install. It's pretty straightforward. I will tell you this though, because I've been doing a trial and error on this sort of thing. It's not the best fit. So as you can see, my SIM card is very it's not the perfect size, right? There's a gap right there on the top, so it's not like it's flush. So what it means is this is a T-Mobile SIM card. It's a micro SIM. If you put this inside the tray, let me flip it over. It will fit, right? So it will fit, but as you can see, it's not like a snug fit. So if I were to just flip it over, it's gonna pop right out. So what you need to do is you need to get your hands on some double-sided tape. What this will do is it will make sure that your SIM card is not gonna pop out. And that is crucial because if you put this SIM card inside a tray, right? And for some reason your SIM card, your nano SIM card falls out of the tray while you're taking it out of the phone, then you're stuck with the phone that's damaged and you can't use anymore. So it's definitely a must to have some sort of adhesive. I use double-sided tape just because it's ideal for me. I'm sure you can use like glue, but I don't know if that's safe to have on your SIM card. So double-sided tape will work. And another thing that you have to consider, especially because now more and more phones are doing trays instead of the traditional way, which is just like sliding it in and out of the phone. The Note and the Samsung series, the Galaxy series, still do it this way. And if you are someone that is considering getting an adapter and sliding it in and out of any Galaxy phone or any phone that has this sort of setup, I would advise you not to get an adapter because it is very easy to damage there's little prongs that stick out of the phone on the Samsung phones, and it's really easy. I already did it once. I already damaged some of the teeth in here when I was trying to do this video. So with Samsung phones, right? I'll give you an example. I can't even take it out anymore just because I already damaged the inside. But with Samsung phones, what happens is your SIM card itself, it locks into place similar to like the SD card where you pop in and pop out, but there's like a little click. So what happens is, and you can see like on the SD card, it's very similar to the SIM card. There's like these little gold prongs. They're little teeth that stick out, and that's how it keeps it snug, and that's how it reads the the tray. So what happens is if your adapter, because it's not going to be a perfect fit, if your adapter has a gap like you see here, it will have no trouble going in. But as soon as you slide it out, your teeth, the teeth that are inside the phone, or the prongs, or whatever you want to call them, they'll get caught in between that little gap. So what happens is you're pulling this teeth and you're damaging it. And if you do this excessively, then your tray is going to be damaged, and your phone will not read your SIM card anymore, or it might read your SIM card, but it won't stay into place. And then you'll have a phone that you'll have to like use some sort of tape or something to keep your SIM card from sliding in and out. So I'm just warning you that it is not the ideal situation to do on phones that still use this method of reading the tray, because you're more likely to damage the phone than anything. So my advice is, if you are going to get an adapter and you are going to put it in a Galaxy phone or any phone that uses this sort of method, I would advise you to get, instead of getting the adapter, they have another method, and it's the more old school method, and that is by buying a punch out. And what it does is it takes your SIM card and then it just cuts it out into a nano size. So what happens is you have a flush piece, and you're not going to have to worry about that gap. It's still not the best method, right? But the frame itself is going to be a lot more snug than having to buy an adapter and worry about that gap. So it's alternative method of doing it, and the punch out tray, or the punch out Nano SIM or micro SIM, whatever you're converting it to, they don't run that much. In fact, I had an option of adding it to my bundle when I bought the tray, but I felt like this is a better method. So just letting you know that that is some of the risks that are involved when you use this method versus the the punch out, or just not buying, but requesting the actual appropriate SIM card for your phone. So it's kind of unfortunate. Like I said, I had trouble. There's no problem putting it in, but taking it out, it got caught because of those little gold teeth that stick out. And my tray, or my SIM card adapter tray, like I said, there's a gap there. So, yeah, if you're gonna do this method, make sure you use double-sided tape. That's a must. And make sure, if you are gonna do the plastic adapter, that it's gonna be in a tray, like in these trays, because these are a lot more secure, and you're less likely to damage the phone that way than you are. This is another tray. This is for the 900. So these are a lot more secure, because your tray is not going to be this piece is not going to be in contact with any like teeth. I bought this setup just to switch from my 5 to a HTC One, which I'll be getting soon. So that's the whole reason why I decided to do this. And I'll see if it works. I've already tried it on the 920 and the 900, and they worked fine. So you have a higher success rate with phones that have an actual tray that pops in and out versus the phones that you actually have to slide in and out with the little prongs sticking out. That's just my take on these little adapter things. They don't run much, like $2 for 3, or there's different sellers on eBay or Amazon that you can get these from. But this is it's like a band-aid. If you want to use this, it's a quick fix without you having to worry about going to your carrier and requesting a new SIM card. But it's not the best method, definitely not. And the thing about it is, depending on what carrier you are, if you go to a corporate location, you don't have to just, what you can do, and this is just my advice because I'm in the business, just go in there and tell them, hey, I switch between phones a lot. Would you mind if I can get more than one SIM card? That way I don't have to keep coming in the store to activate these. SIM cards cost the carrier nothing for customers to take. So, I mean, you don't want to get greedy and get 10 at a time, but just tell them hey, can I just get a few? That way I don't have to come in the store, and then you can activate them over the phone. If you're concerned about not damaging your phone, that would be my advice. But if you want to take a risk, and you just don't want to bother with having to do this every single time, calling in. And another thing is, and the reason why it's always good to go through your carrier is because sometimes when you switch between phones, especially phones from different operating systems, like say you go to the Note to an iPhone, or to an iPhone to a Windows, or etc., the data plan that is attached to your phone number might not be compatible all the time. especially if you have visual voicemail and then you're going into a phone that doesn't have visual voicemail. Those things can cause your phone not to work properly, and at the end of the day, you might have to call in to give them the new IMEI so they can update it in their system. So if you use this method and your phone's not the data's not working, like you can call, you can text, but your internet's not working, it's because of the IMEI and it's not updating our records. But I've noticed that nowadays, especially with phones that are LTE, you can pop it into any LTE model and they'll work just fine. Mainly, it's for phones that are going from LTE to HSPA plus or 3G, or phones that don't have visual voicemail and they had visual voicemail, or phones that don't have visual voicemail and they went to visual voicemail. You'll notice that your internet might not be flush. So at the end of the day, a trip to your carrier or a phone call to your carrier might have to, it might not be avoidable. But I totally get it. It's just the convenience factor of just popping in your phone, your SIM card into a different phone and just start using it. So that's my take on these. Definitely use double-sided tape. That's my advice. And when you get these adapters, try and try and pop them in and stick them on with little gap as possible. This is my first attempt at putting it in, and with the double-sided tape, you just have one shot. So make sure that you play with it. Try and get it as close fitting as you can, because you can see that the difference in contact is huge, right? The Nano only has that much room to work with versus a Micro. So it's kind of annoying that Apple had to do that. It is what it is. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys have found a better method of popping in SIM cards into different phones, or what you guys think as far as using the tray versus just doing the punch out yourself. But yeah, this is my take on it. Thank you guys for watching, and I will be expecting an HTC One soon. Can't wait for that, and I'll give my first thoughts on that. Thank you.